This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. I'm Ramanath, and the focus on the show today: the increasing demands of ex-TNCC President E.V.K. Ilangovan and the problems he has been creating for the DMK and his own party alike. I will bring you all that, but first, the headlines. The big bad boy of Tamil Nadu Congress at it again as he demands the Chief Minister's seat for the party next year. Karunanidhi refuses to comment. A day after this ACP assaults a cameraman, the policeman is transferred. Journalists demand his suspension. The police point fingers at the bankers again after an ATM is robbed of 21 lakh rupees. As the number of swine flu deaths increase, the state is on high alert. Government says it's taking necessary precautions. NDTV Hindu does a reality check on how ready the city is to face the monsoon as it approaches Chennai. Popular Tamil playback singer Swarnalata, the powerful voice behind the film Karuthamma, passes away. A quick look at the stories making national headlines. A Congress minister's house attack in Anantnag in Kashmir despite a strict curfew. Separatist leaders say he's not to blame for yesterday's violence. Even as the Yamuna begins to recede, fresh showers in the capital keep it flowing above the danger mark. The church backs Newman College's decision to sack Professor T.J. Joseph. He now plans to move court. Kim Clijsters wins her third US Open finals. Nadal is on course. Federer knocked out. Now, ahead of the assembly elections, the factionalism within the Tamil Nadu Congress committee and the rifts between the ruling DMK and Congress are only coming to the fore blatantly. Just a day after E.V.K. Ilangovan demanded the Chief Minister's post for the Congress party in the polls early next year, Karunanidhi today decided to decline to comment on the remark. But this is not the first time E.V.K. Ilangovan has brought out the differences. Shabir Ahmed, a political reporter, traces the statements E.V.K. Ilangovan has been making over the past few weeks, leading to the showdown between some sections of the Congress and the DMK.
E.V.K. Ilangovan ஒரு பொது கூட்டத்துல காங்கிரஸ்க்கு அதிக சீட்டுகள் வழங்கணும் அப்படினு சொல்லிருக்காரு. போதாதிக்கு முதலமைச்சர் சீட்டை காங்கிரஸ்க்கு தான் தரணும் அப்படினு சொல்லிருக்காரு. அத பத்தி உங்களுடைய
The DMK patriarch is extremely angry. The public comments made by Congress party's E.V.K. Ilangovan has once again rattled him.
இன்றைக்கு ஆளுகின்ற சில அரசியல்வாதிகள் சில விஷயங்களை வைப்பதற்கு குடோன்கள் தான் தேவைப்படுகின்றன என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய அளவுக்கு வளர்ந்திருக்கின்றீர்களே, யாரால்? நாங்கள் போட்ட பிச்சையின் காரணமாகத்தான்.
I think he is being ill-advised by his friends or by his informers.
Clearly embarrassed, the Congress party's leader in Tamil Nadu, K.V. Thangabalu, swiftly attempted damage control measures.
If anybody goes beyond and not accepting the view of the Congress High Command, they have no business in the Congress.
But that did not stop Ilangovan from firing another salvo. This time, he was more clear in his stand that the Congress party should contest the 2011 assembly elections on its own.
I personally feel that Congress should contest on its own and win all the 234 seats.
As the war of words intensified, the Congress leadership in Delhi was forced to intervene to pacify the DMK. Now Ilangovan's anger turned against Thangabalu, which exposed the extent of division in the Congress party.
The Congress High Command will not tolerate, the TNC leadership will not tolerate any indiscipline in the party.
என் மீது நடவடிக்கை எடுப்பதற்கு தங்கபாலுக்கு எந்த விதமான அதிகாரமும் கிடையாது.
But the DMK's happiness did not last long, as Ilangovan commented once again, saying that the Congress party should get the post of Chief Minister if the alliance wins the 2011 assembly election, clearly leaving the DMK stunned.
போதாதிக்கு முதலமைச்சர் சீட்டை காங்கிரஸ்க்கு தான் தரணும் அப்படினு சொல்லிருக்காரு. அத பத்தி உங்களுடைய
In Chennai, Shabir Ahmed for NDTV Hindu.
Right, moving on to the other big story. A day after a journalist was slapped and assaulted by a senior police officer, journalists are now demanding the suspension of policeman ASP Thangarathinam. The Assistant Commissioner of Police has, however, been reprimanded and transferred. The television journalist who was attacked was taking pictures of a dead body that was removed in Palikarnai when this Assistant Commissioner of the Manipakam area objected to him clicking those pictures and physically abused him, apart from, of course, hurling oral abuses at him. The police officer also tried to snatch away his camera from him. Members of the Madras Union of Journalists and several others members of the press condemned the behavior of the officer and have demanded his suspension. They went to the Chief Minister to ask him to intervene in the matter. Now today, the Suburban Commissioner for Chennai, Jangid, met the press, although to discuss the issue he did not allow the cameras to roll. Our reporter Salim was there and tells us what the Commissioner had to say about this attack.
Mr. Jankit admitted that it is the fault of the Assistant Commissioner of Police in Madipakam, and he also justified the act of the police personnel who reacted after the reports were out in the media. Mr. Jankit very clearly said that orders were passed from the DGP's office transferring the concerned police officer. Mr. Jankit also assured the press that such an incident will not happen in future, and he also promised that he will convene a meeting with the Assistant Commissioner and with all the other police personnel in the suburban Chennai about how to behave with the journalists. Orders can only come from the DGP's office regarding the suspension of the police officer. As of now, the police officer have been transferred and his name is only in the waiting list. They have not posted him anywhere. Earlier he was the Assistant Commissioner of Police in Madipakam, but now he is nowhere. He is sitting idle. So Mr. Jankit said that the police have reacted very quickly based on the media reports, and the police themselves condemned the act, the disgusting act of the Assistant Commissioner of Police who attacked the media persons while they were trying to communicate the news to the masses.
Moving on, it seems thieves in the city are now focusing more on credit cards and ATMs. After a huge network of credit card fraudsters was busted last week, the Chennai police is now investigating a theft at an ATM in Thoraipakam in which 21 lakh rupees was stolen. There has been no breakthrough so far, but police have blamed the bank for its irresponsible approach to security at its facilities.
The money stolen from the HDFC ATM center is what the bank had to pay for its carelessness in handling public money. Clearly, it was an insider's job. The robbers had used a high security password to remove 21 lakh rupees from an ATM. Police say only 62 employees of HDFC Bank and a service provider in Delhi had access to the password. The investigators also point out the password was not changed for 25 weeks. The city's top cop has said that this was a serious security lapse on the part of bankers and the security agency, who he says turned a deaf ear to the police's instruction. The police also say that this is absolute negligence on the bank's part, which has been careless with public money. The commissioner has called for an urgent meeting of bank officials over increasing thefts and to deal with the attitude of bank towards security issues. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Now, in the wake of the swine flu attack and the increasing number of swine flu deaths in the state, the government is taking all precautions to control the spread of the disease. Tamil Nadu Health Secretary V.K. Subbaraj today announced that a swine flu vaccination center will be opened shortly, tomorrow in fact, at the King Institute of Preventive Medicine in Guindy. The center will be accessible to all. The Health Secretary said that the decision to open the center was taken after he had reviewed the current situation in the state. Now, 9 people have died so far in the state due to the swine flu this year, and all of them due to lack of an early diagnosis. Our health reporter Nithila tells us what the government is doing to detect the disease early and prevent deaths.
The Health Secretary today made it clear that the focus of the Tamil Nadu government is now early diagnosis of swine flu, and to achieve the same, the Health Secretary categorically stated that a swine flu detection center will be functional at King Institute in Guindy from tomorrow onwards. This means patients exhibiting classic symptoms of swine flu like a cough or fever or cold can go to King Institute at Guindy and get themselves tested for swine flu. Now, the doctors present at the detection center may also verify the status and send these people to the vaccination center there. Of course, vaccination will be given on priority basis. People who have low immunity, people who suffer from chronic diseases, and also people who are likely to travel abroad will be given priority and they will be vaccinated. That's what the Health Secretary told us. And though the swine flu vaccine has been available in the market now for about 1.5 months, people haven't been taking to it. Not many people have taken the swine flu vaccine, and this is precisely the reason why the government is doing this now. The checkups will be free, but the vaccine will cost the patient around 150 rupees. It just needs to be taken once, and doctors say that this will protect them from swine flu. This comes after, of course, 620 people have been affected with swine flu since January this year, and the government says that over 600 people have actually been cured after treatment. 9 deaths have been reported so far.
Now, Chennai city is not new to flooding, as spells or showers in the city mark the approach of the monsoon. NDTV Hindu visited one of the areas which has seen crippling floods regularly to see how prepared we really are in case those floods hit our streets.
Recently, Chennai Corporation convened an emergency meeting presided over by the city's mayor, M. Subramanian, to review its readiness to handle the monsoon season.
The one near the Periyar Padai has been totally closed. It was actually dug, bunds were strengthened, and the entire Nalla was deepened a few years back using UNDP funds. But the entire Nalla has been encroached upon fully, thoroughly. There is shops and other establishments put up on that Nalla. So the catchment area in that place has been totally done away with. The one on the other side near the Kamala Nehru Nagar, which is at the end of the street itself, has been encroached upon, and it becomes so narrow that the area available for the floodwaters to go has shrunk.
The Virugambakam Canal runs through MMDA colony. Encroachments along the canal block the flow of floodwater, which rush into homes. Residents here are forced to raise the flow levels of their homes, spending lakhs of rupees.
மழை வந்ததுனாலே இங்க வந்து 10 நாள் 15 நாள் ஆகுது, தண்ணி ஃபுல்லா ஆயிடுது. கார்ப்பரேஷன்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா க்ளீன் பண்ண மாட்டறாங்க. இதே ப்ராப்ளமா இருக்கு அடிக்கடி. அந்த ட்ரைனேஜ் ஃபுல்லா இதான் உங்களுக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா மழை தண்ணி போறதுல போகுது. அதுவும் ஃபுல்லா அதல இப்ப தண்ணி ரோட்ல நிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சது. உள்ள டாய்லெட்லாம் ஃபுல்லா ஆயிடுது.
Every year during the monsoon season, people in middle-class areas spend large sums of money on repairs to their homes and vehicles damaged by flooding, which puts their already tight budgets under strain.
All the inlets to stormwater drain in this street are clogged. The Chennai Corporation has not been maintaining them for the last 3 years. This leads to flooding in homes. In Chennai, Peer Mohammed, NDTV Hindu.
Moving on, 7 people travelling in a Maruti van were killed this evening near Trichy, and the 8th passenger was seriously hurt when the van collided with a truck. About 9 people who were on board the truck are also being treated for injuries at a government hospital. The van was travelling from Trichy to Kovai when the accident occurred on the highway that connects with Pudukkottai. Police in Trichy are trying to find out what caused the vehicles to crash. Time to take a quick break. On the other side, all the national news, and it's worse than brickbats for the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. Looks like Omar Abdullah only receives stones and violence. More on the other side.